Welcome back, guys, to another video on the channel. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. In today's West Ham video, I want to talk about how West Ham tomorrow night can go and pick up the 3 points against Aston Villa. How West Ham can beat Aston Villa. Now, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you support West Ham. We do make not daily West Ham content, but pretty frequent West Ham content. Busy season, busy schedule is upon us. We are heading into December. A lot of fixtures in December, so expect a lot of content around West Ham as we approach the new year, and of course the January transfer window. So drop a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, tomorrow night West Ham are going up against Aston Villa at the London Stadium. Now, it's fair to say from both sides, it's been a pretty good start to the season for both teams. West Ham, we had a lot of fixtures against the top 6 or the top 8 in general after the Newcastle game. It looked pretty doom and gloom after the Newcastle game. We looked at the Newcastle game after losing 2-0 and thought, where are we going to pick our points up from? Now, Aston Villa, some very good signings. Bertrand Traore, Ross Barkley, Matty Cash at right back. They've addressed the problems that they had last year very well. And also forgetting Ollie Watkins, a huge signing from Brentford for £30 million. So they are scoring goals. However, whilst I do believe they've had a very good start to the season, they've been a little bit inconsistent in their results, a little bit more inconsistent in their results compared to West Ham. They lost 3-0 at home to Leeds United. They lost 4-3 at home to Southampton. They lost 2-1 at home to Brighton. However, they did go and beat Arsenal away 3-0. They did go and beat Liverpool at home 7-2. So in regards to what Aston Villa will turn up, it's very hard to say because they've been a little bit inconsistent with their results whilst they've picked up more wins than draws. So the points-wise, they're not actually too far away from us, or generally just probably no gap. I haven't actually looked at Premier League table. However, guys, where do I believe this game will be won and lost? Now, for me, it will be won and lost in the midfield. Whilst we can talk about Jack Grealish and how Jack Grealish is a very important player for them, for me, one of the most outstanding players for them so far this season is actually Ross Barkley. He was a transfer that went under the radar for Aston Villa, and to be fair, he's been playing in, I think it's like a 4-3-3 formation for Aston Villa, and he has played very well. And I think it's more so because of the fact that Jack Grealish knows now he has Ross Barkley in that team, the burden isn't always on him to create the chances and score goals. He now has Ross Barkley, who's there to help him, supply him with through balls, supply Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins has scored some very good goals this year. Again, sort of in spurts, 2 against Liverpool, 2 against Arsenal. So he's been scoring goals in sort of spurts rather than scoring one goal a game, if that makes sense. So for Ross Barkley to be out injured, by the looks of it, he's out injured after picking up a hamstring injury, I think it's very good for West Ham. Because as I said, I feel like it's taken the burden away. Now, let's talk about Jack Grealish really quickly. We know his qualities. He is someone that drifts in from the left-hand side. He does that sort of shimmy every single time. He gets the ball. He drops a shoulder, goes right, whips a ball into the box, or has a shot. And whilst I think he's very predictable what he does, it just, no one seems to be able to stop it. He always is able to shift that ball a yard away from the defender to get that extra yard of space to put across it or to get a shot in. Now, it's going to be very important that Bowen is going to be playing on that side. I'm expecting David Moyes to play exactly the same starting 11 that won the game, because I truly believe whilst we do want to see Ben Rama start, West Ham shouldn't change a winning team. Now, there is an argument to be had for Fornals or Ben Rama, and I spoke about in a video previously regarding if West Ham fans are too harsh on the Fornals and why Bowen doesn't really get spoken about or doesn't come in for much criticism. I think it's because obviously Ben Rama, everyone wants to see a new signing player, especially a big signing, £30 million, or he will cost eventually £30 million. Fans want to see him play, especially after he did get an assist for Thomas Souček against Fulham. Now, Bowen, I'm expecting going to be on that right-hand side. So it's going to be very important that Soufal and Bowen combined nullify the threat of Aston Villa on that left-hand side with Jack Grealish, with John McGinn, with James Targett on that left-hand side. They've got a very good left-hand side, because what generally happens is that Jack Grealish will get the ball, he'll come inside, but he's also got that overlapping option with Targett, who was a signing from Southampton for about £18 million, £15 million. He's got a decent left foot on him. So it's very important that Bowen does his normal work, gets back, supports the fullback, so we can try and nullify that threat. Similar to what we did against Wolves when Cresswell, Masuaku and Fornals nullified the threat of Adama Traore, and we picked up a 4-0 victory. What we done, we compressed the space. We did not let him go down the line. We knew exactly what Adama Traore was about. He gets the ball, he shimmies, he puts a cross in. Exactly what exactly what Jack Grealish does. So it's important that between the likes of Balbuena, Soufal and Bowen, that if them three combined can try and nullify the threat of Jack Grealish. Because if we do that, I do really believe that we have got a fantastic chance of winning this game. Now, let's talk about West Ham, because I know Aston Villa have got some good players. They've got Ollie Watkins, scores goals, very pacey, gets into the wide areas. Now, let's talk about West Ham, how we can win this game. Now, Sebastian Haller, he's coming off a very good goal against Sheffield United. His performance was fairly decent. It was a much improved performance. Whilst there is still room for improvement, he does need the support. Now, Fornals, as I said, there's been a question, should he start? Should Ben Rama start? I think I would just go with Fornals. However, we need to get close to Sebastian Haller. Whilst I do believe the first 20 minutes of the game against Sheffield United, he was absolutely shocking, because every single time the ball would get up to him, he'd control the ball, he'd lose it. Now, how can we address this? We need to get players closer to him. We need to get Bowen and Fornal sort of tucked in, because when he does get the ball to him and he can get the ball down his chest, he does need those 5 or 10 yard passes, not those 20-yard passes. And I do think sometimes with West Ham that when we do get the ball up to attack, and not just Antonio and Haller, this does happen with Antonio, and obviously it happens with Haller, that the wide players are sometimes a little bit too far apart, and they need to be supporting that striker. So what we need to do is that we need to get Bowen and we need to get Fornals drifting in or in behind or dropping short for Haller, because they have got defenders just such as Konza, such as Tyrone Mings. They're physical defenders. So it's going to be hard for Sebastian Haller. He's going to have his work cut out in regards to winning those aerial duels, in regards to actually trying to keep the transitional play, trying to get the ball down, trying to play it off other players. It's going to be hard, because if you would ask those Aston Villa defenders, who would you rather face? Antonio or Sebastian Haller? I can guarantee you every single one of them wants to play Michail Antonio. Wants to play Sebastian Haller. They don't want to face Michail Antonio because of the threat that he can offer, drifting out wide with his pace. Now, Haller, we know that he doesn't have that kind of movement. So how can we address that? And that is what we need to do. We need to get Bowen. We need to get Fornals playing off him. Now, if it doesn't work in regards to Fornals, whilst I think Fornals is a little bit more creative, he's not really a wide player. He's a cam playing in a position on the left-hand side because of the tactical philosophy that we are currently implementing at West Ham. And Ben Rama's more of a wide player. He can attack his fullback. We are playing against Matty Cash, who's very good going forward, and he's not too bad defensively. Before we signed Soufal, whilst I think he's been a fantastic signing, he was someone that West Ham, I wish West Ham went for, whilst he did cost a lot of money, 15 or 16 million. And you look at Soufal, I feel like Soufal is very, very good defensively. However, I'm not too sure what to expect from him going forward. Whilst I think Matty Cash is very good going forward, he was a winger, now converted into a right back. So for me, going forward, he does look very decent, and he's not too bad defending. But for £5 million, Soufal has, of course, been a snip. Now, but as I was saying, Ben Rama, he can attack that fullback. He's got a bit of pace. He can go out wide. He can go to the byline, put a cross in. But then he could do a couple of step overs, come inside like Jack Grealish does to apply a through ball and to apply, maybe a shot. And also, Thomas Soucek's got to keep doing what he's currently been doing. Whilst he didn't score against Sheffield United, it was a fantastic header from Sebastian Haller to lay off Thomas Soucek. And those runs, when you don't really have someone who can run the channel, right, like Sebastian Haller, we know what kind of player he is. He can't run the channel. He can't do Antonio's job. Okay, the difference between watching West Ham with Antonio in the team and Haller is night and day, because they offer two completely different styles of in regards to two different styles of player. Okay, so we can't expect Haller to run the channels because he doesn't have that pace. However, when you don't have that pace, you do need players in support. And it's not just Bowen and Fornals. We need Thomas Soucek to do exactly what he has been doing and arriving into the box late. Fantastic header from Sebastian Haller, like I mentioned, to Thomas Soucek, and he could have laid it across to Bowen. However, he didn't, and he did shoot and it went wide. But also, guys, we just need to improve our killer instinct, improve the final decision. I have mentioned it, as I said in the last video, between Fornals and Bowen. We need to, in that final third, we just need to make the better decision. Yes, I understand that Bowen, I do believe a lot of Bowen's, sort of flaws come with him actually working too hard and trying to impress too much. Like, he scored 3 goals so far this season, but instead of it just, you know, it coming to him and getting into the right area or just playing the right ball, he's just fully channel focused, like looking down a channel and thinking, you know, tunnel visioned and thinking, you know what, I need to score a goal. I need to score a goal. Sometimes a little bit of good movement and it'll come naturally. And trying too hard is actually having a detrimental effect on the team generally. And just again, should have passed the ball back to Haller when he ran onto the ball. So if we can improve that killer instinct to front of goal, I do believe that we can pick up the 3 points. Now, defensively, as I said, we've been fantastic defensively so far this season. 4 clean sheets. However, whilst Aston Villa have looked like they've scored goals, they've also conceded goals. Like I said, 3 at home against Leeds United, 4 at home against Southampton, 2 at home against Brighton. So if we can get at that defence. However, it's just whether we can actually make the right decision at the right time so we can get those 3 points. And it's going to be one of those games, guys. I feel like, you know, the last 2 fixtures that we have played Aston Villa, it's been a draw. Okay, I think we drew 0-0 at their place last season, and we drew obviously 1-1 on the last game of the season last season. So for us, the last couple of fixtures against Aston Villa have been pretty close, and I expect it to be a pretty close game this time. Now, what are my predictions for this result? I think we're going to win 2-1. I do think we're going to concede. I just feel like they do have something going forward in regards to Jack Grealish, in regards to Bertrand Traore and Ollie Watkins. Now, as I said, as far as I'm aware, I think Ross Barkley is out. Ross Barkley, if he does play, will be a huge factor in this game. I feel like he's, you know, he wants to impress. He wants to get into that England squad for the Euros coming up. And Declan Rice, if Ross Barkley is going to play, he's going to have to do what he has done the last couple of times when he's faced Ross Barkley. And that is pretty much put him in his place. Ross Barkley, when he's played for Chelsea, he's struggled. He's struggled against West Ham because of the presence of Declan Rice, the anticipation, the reading of the game of Declan Rice. And that'd be a huge, huge factor in this game if Ross Barkley does play. However, I do believe that he is injured, so it's a huge loss for him. It's a huge loss. Aston Villa have got decent midfielders still. They've got Hourihane. They've got John McGinn. They've got Douglas Luiz. They're a very, very good outfit these days. You know, whilst their results say that, you know, they're a little bit inconsistent, we don't know what Aston Villa is going to turn up. Just like West Ham last season, we don't know what's going to turn up. We might turn up good. We might turn up crap. Do you know what I mean? So for us, if we could keep that defensive solidarity, unbelievable, Ben. But yeah, if we can keep that, then I do believe we can win this game. Ogbona's got a huge game ahead of him against Ollie Watkins, and for me so far, Cresswell, Ogbonna, they've been hammered of years. You've got Declan Rice, but he's been doing that for the last couple of years. Okay, and he's sort of like you know, a victim of his own downfall, if they say, because he's been so good. Whilst the others, Cresswell, he's been fantastic. Masuaku's been fantastic. Soufal's been fantastic. So for me, if we can improve that killer ball, the right decision at the right time, I do believe West Ham will get the 3 points. And this is how I believe West Ham will get the 3 points. Guys, for more West Ham videos, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I'll catch you next time. See you later.